Moonfall is a science fiction novel by James Rollins that follows the story of a catastrophic event that occurs when the moon unexpectedly disintegrates and falls towards the Earth. The novel is divided into several parts, each focusing on a different character or group of characters as they try to survive and prevent the end of the world. Part 1 introduces us to Dr. Selene Michaels, a former astronaut who is now a NASA consultant. She is tasked with investigating strange readings coming from the moon and discovers that the moon is falling apart. Her investigation leads her to a secret military base where she meets a team of soldiers led by Colonel Whittier. Together, they witness the moon breaking apart and falling towards the Earth. Part 2 introduces us to a group of survivors who are stranded in the Arctic. They include astrophysicist Dr. Casey Martinez, her husband John, and their daughter Fiona. They are joined by Russian cosmonaut Alexei Kowalski and his team. The group tries to find a way to survive as the moonfall approaches and causes catastrophic earthquakes and tsunamis. Part 3 follows the US President and her team as they try to coordinate a global response to the crisis. They are joined by billionaire industrialist Viktor Petrov, who offers to use his resources to help. Meanwhile, in China, a team of scientists led by Dr. Liu Wei tries to come up with a plan to stop the moonfall. Part 4 focuses on the efforts of the US military to launch a mission to the moon to investigate what caused the moonfall. Colonel Whittier leads a team of soldiers and astronauts to the moon, where they discover that the moon was deliberately destroyed by an alien race known as the Harvesters. Part 5 follows Dr. Martinez and her team as they try to develop a plan to stop the moonfall. They discover that the key to stopping the moonfall is a rare element known as helium-3, which is abundant on the moon. They launch a mission to the moon to retrieve the helium-3 and use it to stop the moonfall. Part 6 follows the final showdown between the humans and the Harvesters. Dr. Michaels leads a team of astronauts to the Harvesters' homeworld to negotiate a peace treaty. Meanwhile, the US military launches a daring mission to destroy the Harvesters' weapon and stop the moonfall. In the end, the humans are successful in stopping the moonfall and preventing the end of the world. The surviving characters come together to celebrate their victory and look forward to rebuilding their world. The novel ends with the suggestion that the Harvesters may return in the future, setting up a possible sequel. All crisis comes to an end, the survivors take stock of the losses they have suffered. Many characters did not make it through the ordeal, and the world has been left scarred by the catastrophic event. However, there is also a sense of hope for the future, as the characters look forward to rebuilding and recovering from the disaster. Dr. Selene Michaels is hailed as a hero for her role in stopping the moonfall. She receives numerous accolades for her bravery and ingenuity, and is invited to speak at conferences around the world. However, she also struggles with the trauma of the event and the loss of her friends and colleagues. Dr. Casey Martinez and her team continue to work on developing new technologies to prevent future disasters. They also collaborate with other scientists and researchers around the world to share knowledge and resources. Martinez is particularly interested in studying the Harvesters and their technology, in order to better understand the threat they pose. The US President and her team work to rebuild the country and coordinate international aid efforts. They also focus on improving emergency preparedness and developing new technologies to mitigate the impact of future disasters. The President considers the possibility of establishing a permanent moon base to monitor any future threats. Viktor Petrov becomes a prominent figure in the world of science and technology, using his wealth and influence to support research and development efforts. He also establishes a philanthropic foundation to support disaster relief and recovery efforts. Meanwhile, Dr. Liu Wei and her team in China continue to study the Harvesters and their technology. They develop new theories about the alien race and their motives, and share their findings with other researchers around the world. Wei becomes a respected leader in the field of astrophysics. As the world begins to recover from the moonfall crisis, there are still many unanswered questions. What caused the Harvesters to attack the moon, and what other threats might be out there in the universe? The surviving characters are left to ponder these questions and prepare for whatever challenges may come next. Overall, Moonfall is a thrilling and action-packed novel that explores the themes of survival, teamwork, and innovation in the face of overwhelming odds. Rollins does an excellent job of balancing the science fiction elements with the human drama, creating a story that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. Fans of science fiction and disaster movies will find much to enjoy in this book, and it is easy to see why it has become a bestseller. Thank you for watching.